kusukela manje wena uphethe eh ibena lo everyone tsukana ngona byalo
kwenzeka nomfethu
bona abafundi baxoshiwe.
Just because kune casualties it doesn't mean the war is over.
Ngithi clear ke une open day.
Bazali, now it's my time. Let me speak.
Angakaqala amaphilosophy wami for this month.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of Youngins Season 3, episodes 25 to 27. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. Episode 25 picks up with the students panicking after Mazambane collapsed during their party, forcing them to abandon it. Khaya and Sefako took him back to their room where they desperately tried to revive him. Khaya was eventually able to wake him up, but meanwhile in their room, Amo told Buhle that Mahlatsa was right when he warned her that their recent behavior would end up with someone else getting hurt. The next morning, Ramathuba and Mahlatsa discovered the aftermath of the students' party, which was held in one of the classrooms. Despite seeing the humor in the party, Mahlatsa tried to warn Tumelo to stop his reckless behavior, but Tumelo rejected his friend's advice. Ramathuba called the matron, the security guard, and one other teacher into his office and berated them for letting the students have a party on their watch, with Ramathuba ultimately suspending the security guard, Batista. An angry Batista then confronted Sefako for getting him suspended, threatening to expose him for throwing the party if he doesn't get his suspension lifted. However, despite Sefako feeling guilty, Khaya insisted that they had to lay low and would compensate Batista when he returned from his suspension. Pearl then confronted Buhle about her marks, insisting that she needs to pull up her socks and focus on passing a trick instead of hanging with the wrong crowds. At assembly, Ramathuba singled out some learners who he insisted were responsible for causing the mess in the classroom where the students' party was held. The episode ends with Ramathuba expelling the students in front of everyone as he warned them about their future conduct. Episode 26 picks up with Principal Ramathuba implementing even more regulations, declaring that school would now start at 7 a.m. and that the students would be forced to attend on Saturdays and Sundays. The worried students turned to Khaya for a solution, but their ringleader had no answers. Meanwhile, in Ramathuba's office, the principal confronted Sefako for only acting like a head boy when it suited him, even asking him to step down from the position. Ramathuba then passed some of Sefako's open day responsibilities to Mahlatsa. Amo approached Mahlatsa, revealing that she agreed with him about the students needing order, but she wasn't happy with Ramathuba's authoritative style. Mahlatsa implored her to change her ways, suggesting that Amo had been corrupted by the school. Amo later confided in Mahlatsa, revealing that she wanted things to go back to how they were before the fire, hinting that she wants to get back with him. However, the brainwashed Mahlatsa missed all the hints, with the couple being interrupted by Puseletso, who took Mahlatsa away for open day preparations, where potential learners and their parents will be visiting the school. The couple bonded during their preparations, with Puseletso revealing that her father is a politician. Meanwhile, Pearl once again confronted Buhle for losing her way, encouraging her to block out distractions and focus on her future. Buhle then confided in Pearl, revealing that she didn't want to end up depending on a man and trapped in an unfaithful marriage like her mother. Pearl consoled Buhle and told her that she was proud of her taking control of her life. Meanwhile, the students began to turn on Khaya, and with him quickly losing support and falling behind his classmates with his schoolwork, he had to come up with something. The episode ends with Khaya revealing to Tepo and Mazambane that he has something sinister planned for open day. Episode 27 picks up with Mahlatsa and Puseletso flirting after she questioned the nature of his relationship with Amo. As open day began, Ramathuba left one of the other teachers in charge of his class, giving Khaya an opportunity to slip out and put their plan in motion. Amo then revealed to her friends that she wanted to give up on the resistance, but Alex and Palisa accused her of turning her back on the cause because she wanted to get back with Mahlatsa. Amo then tried to convince Khaya to abandon his cause and focus on passing a trick. However, Khaya revealed that he never really cared about school and would continue his fight against Ramathuba's oppression. In the girls' dorms, Palisa asked Buhle for some tampons, which made her come to the realization that her period was late. Buhle dismissed it as a result of stress, but she was visibly concerned that she might be pregnant. Meanwhile, Mahlatsa and Puseletso welcomed the potential students and their parents. Open day seemed to be going well as Mahlatsa delivered his speech to their guests before introducing Principal Ramathuba. However, the open day ceremony was interrupted by Khaya, Mazambane, and Tepo, who spoke out against the principal, with Tepo revealing how they were being treated like prisoners and advising the parents to enroll their children in other schools. The parents left the hall as Oliphant's open day came to an abrupt end. Outside, the students celebrated with Tepo after he exposed the principal's strict ways. However, an angry Ramathuba came after him, and the episode ends with the principal beating Tepo with a stick in front of everyone, leaving the wounded student covered in his own blood. Ramathuba finally snapped. The principal administered some old school corporal punishment, and while he did cross the line, it was well deserved. Ramathuba's been walking around with that stick since season 1, so I'm glad he finally got the chance to use it. And the look on Matlata's face suggests that he also feels that the principal has gone too far. I personally think it was building up to this. Even 2 weeks ago when he put his hands on Tumelo, I felt that he had gone too far. Khaya's plan was simple but effective, and it was brave of Tepo to step up and expose the principal. But then again, Khaya was on the final warning, so it is either Tepo or Mazambane who are going to speak up. Ramathuba really didn't think this through, and I don't see how he avoids any consequences for his actions. Speaking of consequences, it was a bit anticlimactic for Mazambane to recover so quickly and comically after collapsing at the end of last week. I think it really undermined that cliffhanger, and other than Amwe and Buhle, no one really felt guilty or showed a desire to abandon the cause, so that was disappointing. We did temporarily see the students turning on Khaya as a leader, and I think he's desperately holding on to that for relevance. He's already given up on passing matric, and while I did have high hopes for him in previous seasons, I think we need to accept that he's dumb. He's basically the classic high school jock, and I love how he's played the role. Things with him and Buhle cooled off as Pearl stepped in to give some female support. Things were going well for Buhle, so it sucks that she now has to deal with the pregnancy scare. Some of you in the comments actually predicted this a few weeks ago, but the show did surprise us with the timing and nature of the reveal. I love that Tepo and Mazambane are getting more screen time this season, with their appearances having more impact on the bigger story instead of just being used as comic relief. Tumelo barely featured today, which was weird, but it did feel like today's episodes were a bit empty at some point, and realistically, the story could have played out in 2 episodes. It didn't really come to life until the final episode today, and the episodes did feel a bit disjointed. Are Palesa and Safako still dating? Because it looks like they've been ignoring each other for at least the past 2 weeks. Buhle is definitely growing on me. She's a really good actress, and I like that they fleshed out her character a bit more today. She definitely has chemistry with Matlat, which means our boy might be caught up in a love triangle going forward. Amo was definitely putting out some jealous energy, and I just love her character's non-verbal cues. Her face acting and reactions where she doesn't say anything are very good. I think Amwe and Matlata will still end up together, but Buhle is definitely making it interesting. I'm curious to see how she reacts to Ramathuba's assault of Tepo. Will she stand with the principal or stand against him? Something I think the show did foreshadow after she revealed that her father was a politician. I really enjoy the overall approach that the show has taken to this season. Season 1 remains goated, but after a mixed season 2, I'm really enjoying this more grounded, character-driven approach. So big up to everyone who worked hard on this season. Writers, cast, and production. Feel free to leave your reviews in the comments. Youngins Season 3 is streaming every Friday on Showmax. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is ASR for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.